All right, here we are with our first chapter in algebra, which is so exciting. You've actually been doing algebra since you were in kindergarten, but here we're doing official algebra. So let's do some review of previously known vocabulary. Choose the best term from the box, write it in the blank. The answer to a division problem is if you said quotient, you are correct, is the quotient. The blank of 5 and 7 is 12. The sum of 5 and 7 is 12. To find the blank between 16 and 4, you subtract, and we say the difference. So these are key vocabulary words that we use in fifth grade. We don't use the words of minusing and plussing. We say the sum. A sentence that shows two equivalent values is an equation. So those are some vocabulary words for review. And, oops. Now we're going to find each answer. So we're going to just solve here. So number 5 is 648 divided by 18. And 18 goes into 64 3 times. So, and the answer is 54. Let me double check that. Yep, 54. And so we have 108 is our remainder, and 18 goes into 108. Let's see. Let's try 6. Yep, 6 times. So our answer there is 36. 35 times 100. Remember, we just take the 35 and we annex 2 zeros. 47.15 plus 92.9. Want to make sure we have everything lined up. By place value, we can annex a 0 here to help us out. Make sure you bring your decimal down. So we have 140 with 5 hundredths. For number 8, adding a quarter and a quarter and a quarter, we have 3 quarters. For number 9, 3.4 minus 2.7. Can't take 7 away from 4, so we're going to have to do some borrowing. And don't forget to annex a 0 before the decimal. For number 10, 1.9 plus 7 is 8.9. And if you need to write that out, remember you're writing it out in place value order, and you can annex a 0. Make sure you have everything all lined up. For number 11, 11 and 2/5 plus 1/2. We have 11 and 2/5 plus 1/2. 5 and a 2, we find a common denominator. We rename our fractions, and now we can add. 4 plus 5 is 9, so we have 9/10. Bring our whole number over. So we have 3 and 9/10. For number 12, 75 divided by 1/5. Remember, keep, change, and flip. 75 times 5 is 375. For number 13, when we're adding money, always line up your decimals. When you're subtracting, you have to line up your decimals as well. 6.24, and we always write the dollar sign. For number 14, little space here, 8 and 5/8 minus 1 and 2/8. We just subtract 3/8, so we have 7 and 3/8. excuse me. And number 15, 31.8 times 2.3. 31.8 times 2.3. The decimals just happen to magically line up, but you don't have to line them up for multiplication. We use the distributive property. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to shift over. 2 times, an x is 0 there. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to add that all together. And remember, we have 2 digits in decimal place value in the problem, 2 in the answer, 73.14. And number 16, 9 minus 4.6. Remember, annex the 0, and we're going to have to borrow here. So we get 4.4. For number 17, Jackson bought 2 tickets to the state fair. Each ticket cost $12. He spent $15 on rides and $8.50 on food. How much did Jackson spend in all? So he's got 2 tickets times $12 plus $15 for rides plus $8.50 for food. So that is how we would write that equation out. Solve what's inside the parentheses first. And then we're going to add the rest of the digits, the values. I can regroup because it's addition, so I can move things around if I want to. 24 plus 15 is 39. Oops, strange looking 3. And 39 plus 850. So I'm going to say 39 plus 850 is $47.50. A baker, number 18, has 3 pounds of dried fruit. Each batch of a recipe she is making uses a half pound of fruit. How many batches can she make? So she's got 3 pounds divided by 1/2. 18. 3 pounds of fruit is what she has, and she's dividing it into 1/2 batches. So keep the first, change the sign, flip the second. She can make 6 batches. And finishing up at the bottom here, what equation comes next in the pattern? Explain. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 100 is 700. 7 times 1,000 is 7,000. 7 times 10,000 is 70,000. The pattern is 7 times the power of 10. So 7 followed by the same number of zeros in the power of 10. All right. So that is the review of the vocabulary. Oops, let me get back here. And you've got a review of processes. Here's some vocabulary. A numerical expression is just an expression with numbers. Evaluate means to solve. Order of operations is the order that you solve a problem in, especially when something doesn't have parentheses. And that's what we're really going to be talking about today. Parentheses are these little brackety things. There's the little comma things. And there's actually brackets are their shapes, they have corners. Parentheses are kind of bendy. And braces look like braces on your teeth. They're kind of wiggly. So parentheses, brackets, and braces. And there you go. That's your preview.